Hello everyone, Xeno What If here. Happy New Year's for 2025. Bring in the movie of What If Tucker was sent to the Universal Century, UC.0082, UC.0083. Link down description of the fanfiction of this What If. Listen here YouTube. I do not own anything and this is not a scam. Some of the events will take place in the Gundam UCE video game, if only if you are not familiar with this, and technically takes place in the first Gundam Universal Century mobile game known as Gundam UC Engage. Technically this is the first part, also a movie as well which will also take place in between the events of Stardust Memory. With all that out of the way, let us begin with the What If. Chapter number 1, Into Universal Century. This takes place at the end of Restoration and the beginning of Gundam UC Engage. Red vs. Blue Universe. Location, Blood Gulch, Blue Base. After Tucker was done with recovery since during the whole AI to control of his mind and became the new meta. He had a lot of things going through his mind, the death of Doc and Sarge, and also Griff leaving the red team. Tucker was on top of Blue Base staring off in space, had nothing better to do. Tucker, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Periphery had left red team heading back home, and there's nothing for me here on Blood Gulch. Tucker noticing the teleporter was acting but funny getting his attention, he walks closer to it. Tucker, what the fuck is this shit? Only for the teleporter to emit powerful green vortex sucking Tucker into the portal. Talk tried to run only for to actually comedically trip and was dragged into the vortex of the portal without anyone realizing hour was gone. Gundam UC. Year UC.0082. Location, Moon, Von Braun City. Von Braun parts were owned by Anaheim Electronics. Test running a new mobile suit Gundam type called RX-78MS-00Z Engage 0 and inside of the cockpit of the pilot's name, Peche Montagna, a female pilot with pale skin, pink hair, lilac eyes. Peche Montagna. Operation system, check. Output stability, all engine green. On the comms a male voice. Orville, COMS. Peche Montagna. Comms Mr. Orville. Orville alongside a group of other Anaheim Electronics engineers in a different sector making sure that the test goes successful. Orville. Comms, even though it's a competition prototype, this new model Gundam was built by Zeons. We have finally made it this far. RX-78MS-00Z Engage 0 was getting ready in the laundry area of the moon for its test run. Peche Montagna. Comms, roger that. Peche Montagna gripping the controls of RX-78MS-00Z Engage 0 ready for its test run. Lucette Ottavi appeared on one of the screens of the mobile suit for female with brown hair and emerald green eyes. Lucette Ottavi. Comm, you ready, Peche? Peche Montagna. Comms, all good to go. Lucette Ottavi. Comm, try to relax out there. I know you can do this. Peche Montagna. Comms, thank you, Lucette. Lucette Ottavi. Comm, let's begin, then. Commencing the final trial of the Gundam Engage 0. RX-78MS-00Z Engage 0 was it given to be mindful and shield and was in the launching area. The doors of the launching bay opened. Peche Montagna. This is Peche Montagna, Gundam Engage 0, heading out. Peche Montagna inside of cockpit of RX-78MS-00Z Engage 0 being slingshot and was ready for the testing. She activated the second thrusters for boost. Peche Montagna. Ga. Peche Montagna inside of cockpit of RX-78MS-00Z Engage 0 was able to get a good handle on mobile suit. Peche Montagna inside of cockpit of RX-78MS-00Z Engage 0 fight against RGM-79NGM Custom and RGM-79GSGM Command. Space type is target practice for the test run. As Peche Montagna was busy testing the RX-78MS-00Z Engage 0, a sudden disturbance in the space around the moon caught her attention. A strange energy vortex had appeared. Peche Montagna. What the hell is that? And out from the vortex came a figure, was none other than Tucker, who had been teleported from the Red vs. Blue Universe to the Universal Century. Tucker emerges from the vortex, looking disoriented and confused. Tucker, where am I? What's going on? Before realizing that he was on zero gravity and on the moon and seeing Earth was far away, realizing that it was no longer on Blood Gulch. Tucker. Okay, what the fuck is actually going on here? Tucker didn't know how to feel since he was in the Spartan armor and he was in space with zero gravity was the first time being in zero gravity meaning he's floating in space. Tucker. Well fuck my life. See that I'm actually in zero gravity and I have no idea how. Only for Tucker to get his head slammed against the massive leg of the mobile suit of RX-78MS-00Z and Gauge 0 knocking him out cold. Peche Montagna, seeing Tucker floating around and accidentally bumping into her mobile suit, quickly acted to bring him inside the cockpit for safety. Peche Montagna. Comms, Lucette, something unexpected has happened. Bring him inside, I'll take care of him. Lucette RvB. Com understood, Peche. Be careful. Peche Montagna quickly brought him inside the cockpit and removed his helmet to check for any injuries. She was surprised to see a human, wearing unfamiliar armor that seems advanced and a bit unfamiliar to her. Peche Montagna. To herself, who is this strange person? How did he end up on the moon? Peche Montagna carefully examined Tucker's unconscious body, trying to figure out who he was and how he had appeared on the moon. She couldn't help but marvel at the advanced technology of his armor, which seemed to be unlike anything she had seen before. She decided to take him to the medical facility on the moon to get him checked out and hopefully gain some answers. She carefully carried him out of the cockpit and into the base, where she was greeted by Lucette RvB. Lucette RvB. Worried, Peche, is everything alright? Who is this person you brought back? Peche Montagna. I'm not sure, Lucette. He appeared out of nowhere in the middle of my test run. I think we need to get him to the medical bay to see if we can figure out who he is and how he got here. Lucette RvB. Concerned, of course, let's get him there right away. Together, they carried Tucker to the medical facility, where a team of doctors examined him. After a thorough checkup, they concluded that he had no major injuries, but he was still unconscious. Doctor. To Peche and Lucette, he seems to be in good health, but we'll need to keep an eye on him for any potential issues. As for how he got here, we'll have to wait for him to wake up and ask him ourselves. Peche Montagna. Nodding, agreed. Let's keep him under observation for now. Lucette. Well done, Peche. It was a great success. Peche. Thank you, Lucette. I couldn't have done it without the technical crew. Orville. You're right about that, but you really deserve the credit for this trial. The Engage Zero's mobility isn't something that can be handled by any ordinary Federation soldier. But then I'd expect no less from someone who survived a Bao coup. Peche. Orville. I'm sorry. You lost someone special in that battle, didn't you? Peche. No, it's all right. The war is over now. Lucette. That's right. What we do here has nothing to do with Xeon or the all have the same goals, independent of our pasts or ideologies. You could say that the Engage Zero is our symbol of peace. Orville. A symbol of peace, huh? Lucette. What? Is there something you want to say? Orville. It's just that. We're okay because Anaheim picked us up, but there's a lot of former Xeon soldiers who can't find a new job, even here in Von Braun. When I think about them, I get a little. Lucette. You're trying to say that the war isn't over yet, right? Orville. That's not what I said, but Peche. But we have to start looking toward the future, I believe. The person who saved me said that improvements in military technology should be made for the sake of tomorrow. That we shouldn't be making weapons to kill people, but to save countless lives in the future. Lucette. Peche. Orville. Yeah, Peche is right. Once they recognize our worth, they'll begin to see it in the others, too. We have to do our best, for their sake as well. Peche. That's right. At Von Braun City, Director Office. Klenna. You wanted to see me, Director. O'Sullivan. Indeed. It appears the Engage Zero's development is going smoothly. I knew it would be a wise decision to put former Xeons on the team. Klenna. If I may, sir. O'Sullivan. Yes, I know. It doesn't matter where our staff are from. Right. All the same, our client for the Engage Zero is the Federation. Anaheim is a corporation, after all, and as its members, we must comply with the demands of our clients. Klenna. Has the Federation made a request? O'Sullivan. They have. Take a look at these documents. O'Sullivan showing the documents to Klenna, which made her completely shocked in disbelief in what the document said. Klenna. What? This is. O'Sullivan. The Federation isn't asking for a mock battle. They want real combat data from the Engage Zero. Klena. They want us to put a prototype on the front lines. O'Sullivan. That's not all. They want the test pilot and the technical crew to go with it. Klena. But they're a civilian crew. O'Sullivan. They might be now, but Peche and Orville are former Zeon. Klena. But are they trying to test their allegiance by putting them in harm's way? O'Sullivan. Don't make me spell it out. This is a highly political issue. Even now, old Zeon remnants are engaged in terrorist activities around Von Braun. Using ex-Zeons to shut them up would be like killing two birds with one stone, wouldn't it? One nail drives out another, as they say. Klena. So you're saying they're a problem, too? O'Sullivan. Don't quibble over the details. What I mean is they're a problem for the Federation. But we need the Federation's permission to keep it in our hands. We can't afford to upset the Federation now, not if we want to be involved with the next Gundam development project. I hope that you agree, Chief. Klena. Understood, sir. O'Sullivan. Good. So, Engineer Lucette Ottavi, Mechanic Nick Orville, Test Pilot Peche Montagna, and the rest of the Engage Zero development team will be. While out Von Braun City of the Moon off the far side. A group of Earth Federation pilots piloting 4XRGM-79 NGM Customware up against MS-06FZ Zaku 2 Kai and MS-09R2 Rikdom 2. Earth Federation Pilot Number 1, Zeon Scum. Know your place. As 4XRGM-79 NGM Custom had the upper advantage however didn't give enough time for the pilots of MS-06FZ Zaku 2 Kai and MS-09R2 Rikdom 2 the fire weapons only to be destroyed by the 4 Federation mobile suits. Earth Federation Pilot Number 2, haha, easy peasy. Until something else picked up on the radars of an unknown Zeon mobile suit, MS-18F Camp for High Mobility Type appeared right in front of them. Earth Federation Pilot Number 1, what? As MS-18F Camp for High Mobility Type killing off the first RGM-79 NGM Custom with the arrogant Earth Federation pilot in the process. Earth Federation Pilot Number 1, ARG. Before other RGM-79 NGM Custom could react or fire their weapons MS-18F Camp for High Mobility Type with incredible speed was able to a snap of a finger was able to kill off every single one of them of RGM-79 NGM Custom. Chapter Number 2, Where the Hell Am I? Location, Moon, Von Braun City. The medical bay, the aquamarine soldier of Blue Team was still unconscious however, he was able to stir and left and right. However, he didn't have his armor on. Luckily he was wearing medical attire. Many of the top 10 engineers from Anaheim Electronics for analyzing his Spartan armor from the UNSC with intriguement. Seen that they have never seen armor like this before. If this could have been something created by the Federation or Zeon or perhaps a third faction, not to mention the battle rifle including that weird hilt cylinder thing. With Tucker in his mindscape. Kept on hearing voices. They almost drove him insane like voices that almost felt like that. He was almost like a new type and also vivid flashes images of something that people might actually had to give the power to see the future. In the real world, Tucker jolted awake almost startling the doctors and nurse my sudden awakening with cold sweat coming down from his face. Tucker, gasping goddamn what the hell kind of dream was that? Was I really act drunk or high? Only for Tucker to realize something that he wasn't wearing his armor he was wearing more like a patient's clothing like something from a hospital, or if you're sicker or maybe have a cold or a flu, which all of the stuff around him seems to be pretty advanced. Tucker, where the hell am I? Meanwhile with Peche Montagna. Location, Moon, Von Braun City, industrial level. Peche Montagna was going to the junkyard to meet up with a former Zeon pilot from the one-year war known as Kelly Leisner, a man who lost one arm. Kelly, so, are the folks at Anaheim taking good care of you, then? Peche, well, in a sense. Michelle, must be nice. Being the test pilot for a new model. Peche, who is this? Michelle, the name's Michelle Kano. I'm the mechanic, nice to meet you. Kelly, this kid's a Zeon too. She's been helping us out here for a little while. Not that she's getting rich off these scrapyard wages, haha. Peche, I see. My name is Peche Montagna. It's nice to meet you, too. Michelle, Kelly told me all about you. You fought at a Baoa coup, right? That's amazing. Actually, I used to be a pilot myself. But the war ended before my mother's ship could arrive at Abaoku. Kelly, pretty lucky, huh? Not dying out there for nothing. Well, excuse me. Nevertheless, my record was impeccable. Kelly, haha, alright. So, Peche, what did you want to talk about? Peche, actually, we'll be accompanying the Federation in their next operation. Michelle, Kelly, so, you're going to be facing live combat, then? Michelle, who are you fighting? It can't be Zeon, can it? Peche, the information is a military secret, so I can't go into detail. But yes, it seems like our opposition are former Zeon forces. Michelle, that's terrible. Are you really okay with that? How could fellow Zeons go out there and kill each other? Kelly, calm down, Michelle. It's not like Peche wanted to take on this assignment. Michelle, but, Peche, I can't help but feel the same, though. Riding on a Federation warship in a mobile suit built by Zeon engineers. Fighting against other Zeons. It makes me wonder what I'm doing out here. But we're facing terrorists. Even if they're our fellow countrymen, they've done some terrible things. Michelle, now you're branding other Zeons terrorists. Isn't it the Federation that's in the wrong? Peche, well, Michelle, have you forgotten about Abaoku and Solomon? Do you remember just how many people died in those battles? They all gave up their lives to protect their homes, their families. You should know this. You were there. Kelly, enough, Michelle. Peche hasn't done anything wrong. Michelle, despicable. I could never be friends with someone like Peche. Excuse me. As Michelle storms off angrily to who knows where. Kelly, hey, Michelle. Damn, sorry, Peche. She's not usually like that. Peche, no, it's alright. I understand where she's coming from. Kelly, do you still have some time? Peche, huh, oh, yes. What is it? Back in the medical bay, Tucker continues to recover and tries to make sense of his surroundings and his mysterious appearance in the Universal Century. The doctors and engineers are still analyzing his UNSC armor, trying to determine its origin and capabilities. Tucker, thinking, I need to find a way back home. Before Tucker realizing that he had anything better to do in his universe, saying that things kind of got a bit boring, and had some second thoughts on not actually going back to his own universe. Back in Von Braun City, Peche continues her conversation with Kelly, showing a secret hangar bay of the scrap yard of immobile armor called MA06 Valwallo. Peche, this is that mobile armor from the 1-year war. Kelly, yep, the Val mobile suit your father and Lieutenant Ashley helped develop. Peche, does this thing still work? Kelly, no, unfortunately. It'd take about a year to get this up and running again with the equipment we've got at the scrapyard. Still, I promise I'm gonna fix this up someday. Peche, what are you going to do with it once it's fixed? Send it out to fight again. Kelly, it's not like I want to use it to kill people. It's just, how should I put it? Michelle and I, the fire still burns inside of us. Peche, the fire still burns. Kelly, there aren't many people like you. People who've managed to make a new life for themselves. For many Zeon soldiers, the scars of war still torment them to this day. They can't come to terms with the people they've become. Who they are post-war, in peacetime. Peche, but is that reason enough to justify acts of war and terrorism? We're doing everything we can to find a way to stop all of that. To save countless lives in the future, we keep crawling forward, trying to do our best. Kelly, I understand what you're trying to say. Your argument is sound, but out there in the real world, there are many who can't be won over by a sound argument alone. Peche, Kelly. Back in Von Braun City, Medical Bay, the doctor was able to see that there was nothing wrong with Tucker, or seen that he wasn't severely injured or nothing, seen that he just had a bit of a concussion. Doctor, to Tucker, well Mr. Lavernius, it seems that you didn't had any kind of severe injury, but you must have actually bumped your head in zero. Crap, must have been your first time. Tucker, yeah, first time actually storing into the unknown. Doctor, to Tucker, luckily we made sure that every single one of your equipment and your armor has been taken care of. Great hands of Anaheim Electronics. Tucker, thinking, so, this is the Universal Century. A long, drawn-out war between the Earth Federation and Zeon, and now there's terrorism and unrest among the former soldiers on both sides. It's not that different from my world, actually. He's still a bit disoriented and confused, but he's starting to understand that he's in a world with its own history, politics, and conflicts. He also realizes that Peche and her team are about to go into combat, putting their lives on the line for a cause they believe in. Tucker, thinking, I need to help them. I have to find a way to contribute, to make a difference here. Even if I can't get back home, I can still do something meaningful in this world. As Tucker opened the door and left the medical bay, he was looking around the place of the moon city known as Von Braun City. Tucker, to himself, I can't believe these people actually built a moon colony of a city, which is rather impressive. Like, why can't the UNSC build something like that? Tucker was continuous looking around the place, until he was bumped into a certain person or a female pilot, Peche Montagna, both of them to actually fell on the ground comedically. Tucker, oh fuck I. Tucker looked directly at the person who bumped to was completely surprised just to see some female in a pilot suit, Peche Montagna, which he never seen to design before. Is she like piloting some kind of jet or something? Peche, oh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Tucker, yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Peche, no, it's my fault. I was in a rush. Tucker, thinking, she's a pilot. Peche, sorry if I haven't the time with you, but I have something very important to take care of. As Peche in her pilot suit ran directly to the Mobile Suit Talking Bay Observatory of Anaheim Electronics, Tucker decided to follow her and was surprised to see the same machine, and what was more surprising, that pilot of that giant robot was actually the same female pilot that he bumped into. Tucker, holy shit, that is something I never seen before. A security guard number 1, what the hell are you doing here? Tucker, well, you see. A security guard number 2, this is a private area for no civilians or military personnel if you are testified of mobile suits. Lucette, it's alright. He's just a special guest. We just felt putting mind if you watches the performance of RX-78GPZ-01 Engage Gundam. A security guard number 1, are you sure about this, mama? Lucette, don't worry, our special guest will be on his best behavior. Tucker, yeah, I will be. A security guard number 1, fine, don't try to do anything funny. Tucker, whisper whatever, asshole. As Tucker watched in awe as Peche piloted the RX-78GPZ-01 Engage Gundam, showcasing its capabilities and agility in combat simulation exercises, he couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and admiration for the pilot and the machine. Tucker, thinking, this is amazing. The technology in this world is on a whole other level. With Peche piloted the RX-78GPZ-01 Engage Gundam engaging the enemy. Peche, my opponent's Zeon, too. But if I do nothing, I'm done for all. Peche piloted the RX-78GPZ-01 Engage Gundam was fight against 3 Zeon mobile suits, MS-06FZ Zaku 2 Kai, MS-09R2 Rick Dom 2 and MS-14F Gelgug Marine. Peche piloted the RX-78GPZ-01 Engage Gundam using the shield and beam rifle to block many of the bullets coming from MS-06FZ Zaku 2 Kai, and using its beam rifle to shoot down MS-09R2 Rick Dom 2 and switch the beam rifle, putting on its back and using the beam saber to cut down MS-14F Gelgug Marine. The combat simulation exercise was intense and thrilling, showcasing Peche's skill as a pilot and the capabilities of the Engage Gundam. Tucker watched in awe as the mobile suit moved with precision and power, taking down the enemy units with ease. Tucker, thinking, this is unreal. Peche is incredible, and that mobile suit is something else. I've never seen anything like it in my world. As the aquamarine soldier could say another word, he felt something, almost felt like a new feeling. However, he felt he heard a voice in his head. No one else could hear it but himself. Unknown voice, there's a new anime. She needs your help. Tucker, what do you? Lucette, hey, are you okay? Kind of felt like you just dazed off. Tucker, oh, it's nothing. Thank you for being concerned. I just was thinking about it. Lucette, I see you're rather interested in a simulation. Tucker, yeah, with Peche piloted the RX-78GPZ-01 Engage Gundam. Peche piloted the RX-78GPZ-01 Engage Gundam, dodging many of the bullets coming from MS-06FZ Zaku 2, using the shield to block the bullets and using the beam rifle to take down the Zeon mobile suit, killing the pilot itself in the process. A operator, comms confirmed. New enemy detected. Peche. What? As MS-18F Kampfer high mobility type made its presence known using a beam saber from its compartment trying to take down Peche piloted the RX-78 GP04 Engage Gundam, inside the cockpit of her mobile suit trying to dodge the attacks from the beam's rifle from this unknown Xeon mobile suit. Back in the observation room, many personnel were completely shocked. Never seeing this machine before. The aquamarine soldier couldn't help but felt this feeling again. Almost he needed to help Peche. Unknown voice. Help her, she needs your help. She's going to die. Tucker. But you know what, fuck it. Everyone looked directly at the aquamarine soldier in confusion. Tucker. Is there any other kind of mobile suit that's still operative for me to pilot? Lucette. I mean there is one that's still activated. RX-81 G-line standard armor. But do you even know how to pilot a mobile suit? Tucker. Well, you know, once sometimes you got to learn quick, so just wing it. As Tucker left the observation room and went to the hangar, leaving everyone giving them a dumbfounded look at the aquamarine soldier statement, Tucker looked directly up at the hangar bay where RX-81 G-line standard armor he was amazed got into the cockpit, seeing that he never knew how to pilot this giant machine, but there's always a first time for everything. Tucker. Comms, this is Tucker inside of G-line. Ready to go. A operator. Are you sure you can able to pilot this machine? Tucker. Comms, well, this is my first time piloting this, interested in me mean equipment of machinery. So hurry up and open the fucking hangar so I can help her. With the hangar doors opening, Tucker piloted the RX-81 G-line standard armor out into the battlefield, determined to help Peche and defeat the Xeon mobile suit that was attacking her. Peche. TCH, it's fast. Tucker. Comms, Leroy. Both mobile suits stopped to hear that unknown scream of excitement, for Tucker piloted the RX-81 G-line standard armor using the thrusters overdrive to bump into MS-18F Kampfer high mobility type. Tucker. Comms, hold on Peche, I'm coming for you. Peche. Tucker. Comms, surprised to see me piloting a mobile suit. Tucker piloted the RX-81 G-line standard armor trying to get the hang of the mobile suit, dodging the slashes from the beam saber from MS-18F Kampfer high mobility type, using the mobile suit's left hand to bitch slap the MS-18F Kampfer high mobility type, sending Xeon on mobile suit on the ground. Tucker. To himself, okay, how exactly do I use the weapons? Well, I really have screwed up. See, I don't read the manuals for this thing. As MS-18F Kampfer high mobility type got to back up on its feet trying to tackle, Tucker piloted the RX-81 G-line standard armor only for him to dodge the tackle, only to do a roundhouse kick and also punch the high mobility Xeon mobile suit, sending further away. Tucker. To himself, well, assumes I'm making quite a bit of a mess with this enemy. Sometimes even a brain-dead moron can actually outsmart the world's smartest person. Peche piloted the RX-78 GP04 Engage Gundam, watched the fight in surprise, seeing that he was just fighting a bit sloppy in his mobile suit, almost as if some idiot can actually outsmart the world's smartest person without even thinking. As MS-18F Kampfer high mobility type got out its beam weapon and started shooting, creating a smoke cloud, Tucker piloted the RX-81 G-line standard armor, noticed this, using the beam saber tried to swipe at the enemy mobile suit only for it to vanish in thin air like it wasn't even there. Tucker. What the hell? Where did it go? As Tucker piloted the RX-81 G-line standard armor, looked around using its camera on many of its screens, seeing the enemy mobile suit not even there, gone completely. Peche. What was that? Tucker. Comms, hey, are you alright? Peche. Comms, yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for the help, Tucker. Comms, no problem, just doing my part. But where did that Xeon mobile suit go? Peche. Comms, I'm not sure. It just disappeared. Let's head back. Tucker. Comms, alright then. As Tucker piloted the RX-81 G-line standard armor, stopped and looked up at the earth that was beautifully shining with its glory. He couldn't help but smile and decided to return with Peche piloted the RX-78 GP04 Engage Gundam. Chapter number 3, Round 2 against Kampfer. Location, Moon, Von Braun City. In an observation room that was actually private, of actually observing the whole fight. Lucette. Peche, are you okay? Are you hurt? Peche. I'm okay, Pretty much. Tucker. Hey, do not forget that save your ass by that enemy mobile suit. Peche. Well, thank you. A funny way to say it. Orville. How the heck did those terrorists get their hands on an assault mobile suit like that? It wasn't an ordinary camphor, either. That mobile suit was carefully customized. Segu. We've been on the receiving end of their hit-and-run maneuvers way too many times. You think some little Xeon girl can just show up out of the blue and stop that thing? Peche. Orville. Pay him no mind, made it back here in one piece, and so did your mobile suit. That's more than enough to put you far ahead of this ship's pilot. Segu. What did you just say? Lucette. Stop this, please. Lieutenant Segu. Tucker. Oi. Lieutenant Douche, quit being an ass to her. Segu. No one asked you, Blackie, you after all. You're nothing more disgrace as a pilot for fooling yourself on the battlefield. Tucker. I did my best. Didn't mean to fuck up. Lucette. Both of you stop fighting at once. Segu. HMPH. We're fighting in these piece of scrap GMs. Why, if we had those new mobile suit models, we'd show those bastards. Orville. You wouldn't even be able to move them, let alone fight in them. Tucker. Whisper. Sounds like a skill issue you have. Segu. Try saying that again, wise guys. Lucette. Stop it, both of you. This isn't the time to be arguing. We should focus on finding a way to deal with that camphor. Not much of a plan yet, but our problem is the camphor's high mobility, as well as its hit-and-run tactics. Therefore, we need to give the Engage 0 an even greater level of mobility. What if we attached another booster to help with its acceleration? Orville. What? Are you nuts? The Engage 0 already handles much stronger G-forces than an ordinary mobile suit. Try adding another booster on top of that, and the pilot inside would. Segu. Wahaha. This is going to be an epic disaster. Instead of piloting it smoothly, she's gonna throw up and pass out. Tucker. Fuck you. Lucette. That won't happen. Peche can do this. With her mobile armor. No, with her Psychomu weapon combat experience, Peche can do this. Peche. Segu. Psychomu. So this girl is. Peche. So you knew it, Lucette. That I came from the Flanagan Agency. Orville. The Flanagan Agency. That's where they train new types. Lucette. That's right. Xeon's secret agency that discovers and trains those with new type potential. Tucker. I have a question. What the hell is a new type? Everyone looked at the aquamarine soldier as if he was brain dead or just retarded. Lucette. Well, you see, new types should be like something of could be the next step of humanity's evolution, similarities to Amuro Ray piloting the first Gundam known as RX-78-2. Tucker. Who? Lucette. Well, Amuro was the first new type pilot since the 1-year war had came to an end and piloted the first Gundam that we have created. Tucker. So the pilot was actually some young kid. Lucette. Okay, but anyway, back to the matter. Peche, it's okay. I don't mind. I knew people would learn about it eventually. Orville. But it doesn't matter if Peche is a new type. The Engage 0 isn't equipped with a Psychomu system, to how could she operate both the mobile suit and its weaponry? Peche. Don't worry, I can do it. This is what I trained for. Segu. TCH. I'll believe it when I see it. That's not the kind of thing an ordinary person can do. Pulling back on the throttle. Lining up your target. All while you're coughing up blood and a red mist clouds. Peche. An ordinary person would have died long before that. That's the kind of hell it was. At a Baoku. Remind me, were you at a Baoku yourself? Segu. You wretch. Same for you, Blackie. Tucker. White cracker bastard. Orville. Understood. I'll figure something out with that extra booster. It'll only last 3 minutes from ignition, however. The mobile suit won't hold out any longer than that, and got it. Peche. Roger. Lucette. Tucker, try not to actually mess up. Tucker. Can't to make any no promises. As Peche got into cockpit of the RX-78 GP04 Engage Gundam booster equipment ready to launch, same for Tucker getting into the cockpit of RX-81 G-line standard armor ready to launch. As the Engage 0 Engage Gundam booster equipment and G-line standard armor launched into the surface of the moon. A operator on comms to Peche and Tucker, we've got a new enemy incoming. It's the camphor. Peche. On comms to A operator, ignite the boosters. Right. Time to see what I can doll. Tucker. Uncomms to A operator, let's do this. Peche piloting RX-78GPZ-01 engage Gundam booster equipment and Tucker piloting RX-81st G-line standard armor using the thrusters of the mobile suits to maximum overdrive as they came encounter with MS-18F camp for high mobility type. Tucker. Uncomms to Peche, hey wants to do a team up on this. This high mobility mobile suit. Peche. Uncomms to Tucker, no this time I wanted to take care of it on my own. Tucker. Uncomms to Peche, okay then call me when you need backup. As Peche piloting RX-78GPZ-01 engage Gundam booster equipment using its extra booster packs to maximum overdrive engaging MS-18F camp for high mobility type. The battle between Peche and the RX-78GPZ-01 engage Gundam booster equipment and the MS-18F camp for high mobility type was intense. Asked the battle could have escalated any further, a familiar voice on the communications that Peche received from within MS-18F camp for high mobility type, a familiar person that you met surprised her. Michelle. Uncomms to Peche, is that you, Peche? Peche. Uncomms to Michelle, huh? Could it be Michelle? As both Peche piloting RX-78GPZ-01 engage Gundam booster equipment and Michelle piloting MS-18F camp for high mobility type clashed against each other. Peche. Uncomms to Michelle, Michelle. Why are you doing this? Michelle. Uncomms to Peche, I could ask you the same. Why are you piloting that mobile suit? Michelle piloting MS-18F camp for high mobility type did a roundhouse kick against Peche piloting RX-78GPZ-01 engage Gundam booster equipment, sending her flying against a wall of moon rocks. As Michelle piloting MS-18F camp for high mobility type using its chain mine wrapped around the shield of engaged Gundam booster equipment, causing it to explode. Peche piloting RX-78GPZ-01 engage Gundam booster equipment using its thrusters to go overdrive, trying her best against the G-force while also evading many of the beam blast coming from Michelle piloting MS-18F camp for high mobility type. Peche piloting RX-78GPZ-01 engage Gundam booster equipment was able to cut off the left arm of MS-18F camp for high mobility type that Michelle piloting. Peche. Uncomms to Michelle, stop this, Michelle. The war is over. What's the point of this now? Michelle. Uncomms to Peche, TCH. Shut up. Both Peche piloting RX-78GPZ-01 engage Gundam booster equipment and Michelle piloting MS-18F camp for high mobility type ended up deeper into the moon with both mobile suits in a standstill position. Michelle. Uncomms to Peche, how could you? You're a Zeon. You're a Zeon just like us. Peche. Uncomms to Michelle, it's because I'm a Zeon that I can't stand back and ignore what you all are doing. Michelle piloting MS-18F camp for high mobility type using it to beam rifle. Peche piloting RX-78GPZ-01 engage Gundam booster equipment dodging many of the beam blast. Only for Michelle piloting MS-18F camp for high mobility type falling deeper into the moon and Peche piloting RX-78GPZ-01 engage Gundam booster equipment trying to actually save Michelle. As the cockpit doors open of MS-18F camp for high mobility type for Michelle, Peche piloting RX-78GPZ-01 engage Gundam booster equipment letting out a helping hand for Michelle. Peche. Uncomms to Michelle, Michelle. Get over here, quick. Huh. Only for eyes to widen in horror that she looked directly at the monitors of her Gundam to see Michelle aiming a rocket launcher directly at her. However, only for the cockpit was on fire. Michelle. You damned traitor. Tucker piloting RX-81st G-line standard armor was also nearby from a distance. However, he could tell that the cockpit to that mobile suit was about to explode. He used the comms. Tucker. Uncomms to Michael, hey, you can all of your mobile suit immediately. It's going to explode. However, only for the response to fall on deaf ears, for the cockpit of the MS-18F camp for high mobility type exploded so much, killing Michelle in the process. Tucker piloting RX-81st G-line standard armor unable to say nothing. Stood there in silence seeing someone die just for an idiotic reason. Peche piloting RX-78GPZ-01 engage Gundam booster equipment, inside of the cockpit of the mobile suit, unable to know what to say. Felt a lot of emotions of sadness and grief. Peche. Michelle. HNH. Awa. As Tucker piloting RX-81st G-line standard armor using its thrusters comforting Peche inside of the cockpit of her mobile suit, hugging her using the mobile suit's arms that he's piloting. Chapter number 4, Moments of Silence. Location, Moon, Von Braun City. In the aftermath of the whole mobile suit battle against Michelle piloting MS-18F camp for high mobility type, Peche going to some of the lower parts of my Von Braun City of the junkyard facility. As well for Tucker was not feeling like himself anymore, what he didn't realize that he's slowly unlocking his new type ability without him even realizing it. In the aftermath of the whole battle, the aquamarine soldier of the former blue team felt a bit nausea. Almost felt like he wants to do vomit, which he's slowly making his way to the bathroom with more voices taunting him within his head. Voice number 1, look at you, you're nothing. Voice number 2, you're pathetic. Voice number 4, it is no wonder that you keep on failing. Voice number 6, you're no soldier, just a failure. Voice number 5, you couldn't even save Michelle. Voice number 8, you're not even a real soldier. Nothing more but a lad rat for someone else, just a false soldier. As Tucker finally entered the men's bathroom, luckily it was empty. He got near one of the sinks, violently taking off the helmet for it to drop on the floor and vomited onto the sink. Tucker, BBBBLLLRREEHHH. As the aquamarine soldier was finished vomiting, his face quenched in sweat, his knees wobbling weakly, and taking in multiple deep breaths in and out. Voice number 1, look at you, you're so pathetic. Voice number 2, no wonder you such a failure. Tucker, to himself, no I'm not. Voice number 4, you're just weak, pathetic. Tucker, to himself, no, I'm not. Tucker in anger, without even thinking, uncontrollably smash his reflection on the mirror of the bathroom, causing many shards to fall, before looking at his hands, his left hand bleeding from punching the mirror of the window shakily. Tucker looked down at his bleeding hand, a mix of anger and frustration swirling within him. He knew he had to pull himself together, but the voices in his head continued to taunt him. Taking a deep breath, he tried to calm himself down. Tucker, to himself, I am not a failure. I am a soldier. I have to be strong. With determination in his eyes, Tucker cleaned up the mess in the bathroom and bandaged his hand. He knew he had to confront the doubts and insecurities that plagued him. It was time to face his inner demons and emerge stronger than before. Location, Moon, Von Braun City, industrial level. Peche Montagna was at the junkyard with Kelly about the whole thing, with Michelle piloting MS-18F camp for high mobility type. Peche, Kelly. Peche, did you know, Kelly, about Michelle? Kelly, do you think I would have hired her if I knew she was a terrorist? Peche, I see. Kelly, I wonder, though, even if we'd known who Michelle was, would we have been able to stop her? Peche, are you saying we can't stop anyone? Who still has this fire still burning inside of them? Do you know about Gatto? Peche, the man they called the Nightmare of Solomon. Lieutenant Annabelle Gatto, right? Kelly, yeah, he sent me a letter. For the first time in a while. He says he's waiting for the right moment to rise up. Peche, what does he mean by that? Is he planning to start another war? Kelly, I don't know. I haven't heard any chatter about an operation. But if he's making a move, then I'm gonna rise up one more time, too. Peche, what? But that's... Kelly, what about you, Peche? With your talents, it would be an honor to endorse you to Gatto. You don't have to suffer the humiliation of working for the Federation any longer. You can be a Zeon soldier again. Peche, I'll have to refuse. Kelly, really? Peche. Peche, the war is already was defeated. That's how we can keep the memories of those we've lost alive. Even if they brand me a traitor, Kelly, I don't mean to be pushy. Kelly, but we aren't capable of fundamentally changing who we are at this point. Peche, Kelly, is there anything I can do to make you change your mind? Kelly, I'm sorry. Peche, I see. That's too bad, truly. Please, take care of yourself. As Peche sadly left the junkyard, leaving Kelly to reflect on everything that happened. Kelly, living in this new era, huh? If only I were a little more capable. Location, Moon, Von Braun City, Director Office in a private room. O'Sullivan was having a private talk without anyone else realize that he was having a private communication chat with Della's fleet or one of its members known as Chima Garahao. O'Sullivan, yes, yes. The results of the trial were they acquired more than enough information for the Gundam development project. O'Sullivan, yes, of course. Everything is fully in place for that as well. The frame and operational data has already been handed over to the Augusta laboratory. O'Sullivan, yes, I look forward to your assistance with this matter. So that we may relaunch the abandoned Bishop plan. O'Sullivan having a dark sinister look on his face that many phases for Operation Stardust to begin sooner or later. Chapter number 4, GP04 Gundam, Gerbera, Test Trial. UC.0083. Based on the Engage 0 trial data obtained a year earlier, Anaheim Electronics launched a new Gundam development project. The Engage 0 staff continued to participate on this project aboard the dock ship La Vie en Rose, with Nick Orville serving as the mechanic for Units 1 and 2, Lucette Otavie as the engineer for Unit 3, and Peche Montagne as the test pilot for the prototype Unit 4, the GP04 Gerbera. Zeons fighting against other Zeons. Peche is conflicted by the knowledge that she's developing a weapon for this purpose, but she places her faith and fate in her deep-seated beliefs. Unfortunately, the remnant Zeon forces led by Egil Delis proved to be working against those beliefs when they finally declared war on the Earth Federation forces. Location: La Vie en Rose. Tucker the aquamarine soldier of Blood Gulch was wandering around the whole place of the mobile fortress or supply ship known as La Vie en Rose. Tucker, well damn, this whole place almost looks like a damn fortress. I never expected them to actually build something like this. With Peche. Location: La Vie en Rose, Control Center. Peche, sorry, Lucette, for making you come here when you're so busy. Lucette, it's no trouble. The GP03's development is coming along nicely. It's an allegation of internal corruption, after all. I can't ignore that. Peche, thank you. So, how were the results? Lucette, looking at the conclusions, it's just as you thought. That terrorist squad's Kampfer, the one you shot down a year ago. It's confirmed. That mobile suit appropriated our company's parts. Peche, I knew it. Lucette, to think that an outdated mobile suit from so many years ago could stand against the Engage 0. No wonder I found it so odd. But you picked up on that too, didn't you? Peche, now that I'm testing the GP04, I've gotten familiar with its movements, its sounds. I started thinking, wait, I've felt this before somewhere. Lucette, it's a feeling that only pilots with real combat experience can know. Peche, oh, no. Not at all. You were the one who actually looked into it. So, have you figured out the source of those parts? Lucette, we think they were diverted onto the black market via the Livermore factory of our Von Braun branch. There's evidence that some parts being developed for test units were fraudulently allocated for disposal. Then, they probably passed through a scrapyard subcontractor on their way to the terrorists. Peche, a scrapyard. Lucette, is there something you know? Peche, why yes. Maybe. Lucette, I see. Then don't discuss that with anyone else, okay? They might end up thinking you're a spy, too. Peche, I wonder if Mr. Orville noticed anything. Lucette, I thought the same thing, but when I tried to ask him. Peche, he said he was going to Earth for final adjustments on the GP01 and 02A, right? Lucette, he did, but, it sounds like there was some kind of incident on Earth. Peche, an incident? Do you mean a mobile suit accident? Lucette, I don't know. I'll try to look into it, but either way, don't mention this to anybody yet, okay? Peche, oh of course. Lucette, you've got the GP04 trial up next, don't you? After that's finished, let's go and discuss everything with Chief Klena. Peche, understood. Lucette, I will assign Tucker to see how you're doing, so good luck with the trial. As Lucette left the central control room, Peche was left in our own mind having some personal thoughts to herself. Peche, to herself, I don't think Michelle was personally in touch with Anaheim. Does that mean there's an even bigger force at work behind the scenes? Peche, to herself, I wonder what kind of incident unfolded on Earth. I just hope Mr. Orville's okay. With Tucker. Tucker was wandering around the La Vie en Rose, trying to familiarize himself with the layout of the ship. He suddenly heard a voice behind him. Peche, hey, Tucker. How's it going? Tucker turned around to see Peche standing there, looking determined and focused. Tucker. Oh, hey Peche. Just exploring the ship, trying to get my bearings. How about you? Ready for the GP04 trial? Peche. Yeah, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Lucette assigned you to see how I'm doing during the trial, right? Tucker. That's right. I'll be there to support you every step of the way. Peche and Tucker going to the hangar bay of La VN Rose, where RX-78 GP04G Gundam, Gerbera, for Peche and RX-81ASG line assault armor for Tucker. Peche getting inside of the cockpit of RX-78 GP04G Gundam, Gerbera, and Tucker getting inside of the cockpit of RX-81ASG line assault armor for the two of them ready to launch. Tucker. Alright, let's do this, Peche. Together, we can show the power of our mobile suits. Peche. Agreed, Tucker. Let's give it our all. As they launched into space, Tucker piloting RX-81ASG line assault armor, remembering the time of mobile suit fight against Michelle piloting MS-18F Camp for high mobility type. Tucker piloting RX-81ASG line assault armor using its mobile suit right arm, trying to comforting Peche piloting RX-78 GP04G Gundam, Gerbera, but decided to not interfere with the trial. A group of 6 mobile suits of X3RGM-79 NGM Custom and X3RGM-79 GSGM Command space type for the test trial of GP04G Gundam, Gerbera. The test trial began, and Peche demonstrated her piloting skills with finesse, showcasing the capabilities of the GP04 Gerbera. Tucker watched closely, impressed by Peche's determination and skill in combat. The GM Custom and GM Command units engaged Peche in a simulated battle, testing the GP04's performance and capabilities. Peche maneuvered the Gundam with precision, utilizing its weaponry effectively to counter the enemy units. Tucker stayed by her side, providing support and advice whenever needed. Despite the challenging conditions of the test trial, Peche remained focused and determined, pushing the GP04 to its limits. With Tucker's guidance and encouragement, she successfully completed the trial, demonstrating the true potential of the GP04 Gerbera. Both Peche piloting RX-78 GP04G Gundam, Gerbera, and Tucker piloting RX-81ASG line assault armor receiving communicate call from Lucette. Lucette. On comms. Peche. Tucker. Hurry up and come back. Peche. On comms. Is something wrong? Lucette. On comms. Just get back here. Peche. On comms. Roger. Tucker. To himself, I got a bad feeling about this. Chapter number 5. Message from Della's fleet. Location. La VN Rose, Control Center. Peche and Tucker rushed back to the control center, concerned about Lucette's urgent summons. A group of many staffs and engineers of Anaheim Electronics were watching a broadcast from Zeon remnants known as Della's fleet. Egil Della's. On comms. Soldiers of the Federation and Principality of Zeon, we are the Della's fleet. As the door opens for Peche and Tucker to enter the control room. Peche. Lucette. Lucette. Peche. Tucker. Tucker. What the hell is going on? Lucette. I have no idea. They're broadcasting over all of our comms. We speak to you because the treaty was signed by traitors to the Republic of Zeon. Peche. Huh. Flashback. You, traitorous bastard. Flashback. Peche. Egil Della's. On comms. We have never stopped believing. We believe in self-rule for the Spacenoids. For those who were burned in the fires of battle. For the young who now dare to jump right into the maelstrom. Peche. Egil Della's. On comms. The Federation has answered the Spacenoids' sincere desire for autonomy by using its incredible military might to try and snuff us right out. I have enough facts to prove their intentions. On the screen showed a certain RX-78 GP02A Gundam, Physalis, surprising everybody. Clenel. That's Lucette. The Gundam. GP02A. Tucker. What's hell is going on here? Peche. Chief Clenel, I thought the GP02A was undergoing final adjustments on Earth. Why did they have the Gundam GP02A? The broadcast of Della's fleet showed across everywhere, including amongst the Earthen colonies. Egil Della's. On comms. Why do we stand with Zeon Zoomdaken? We have waited for 3 years, and not a single one of us will hesitate now. Now, with the fiery passion of today's youth running through my veins, I hereby once again declare war against the Earth Federation government. Engineer, this is. Tucker. Another war is starting. Peche. Gura. Peche rushed out of the room with a mix of emotions. Tucker. Peche. Tucker wanted to go after Peche wanted to comfort her, but it felt like that he wasn't the right time. Seen that she has gone through so much. Egil Delas. On comms we will not be misled by whispers of false peace. I repeat the words in my heart, for the honor of my country. After the whole communication broadcast of the Delas fleet to declare declaration of war against the Federation. At Chief Clenal office, the office room was filled with tension in the air of emotions. Peche. Clena. What was said in that speech was the truth. Lucet. Clena. And that's not all. The one who helped them seize the GP02A. It was none other than Orville. Peche. What? Lucet. Orville helped. Clena. He did. He was a spy for the Delas fleet. Peche. A spy. Why would he? Clena. That's what I would like to know. Thanks to him, the Federation will be suspicious of every staff member from Zeon. Peche. You've been ordered to report to the Von Braun branch. Peche. Does that mean they suspect me too? Clena. As your boss, of course I know better than anyone that you're not a spy. But the same can't be said of the top brass. The Federation is applying a lot of pressure. They want all former Zeons to undergo a thorough body search. Peche. It's because I'm a Zeon. Zeon and the Federation, nations and ideologies. I don't care about any of it. Lucet. Peche. Anaheim employee. Chief Clena, there's an urgent situation. An armada calling itself the Delas fleet is headed this way. Peche. Chief, could information about the GP03 and 04 have also been leaked? Clena. Peche. Without that knowledge, they have no reason to come out here and target a dock ship in such a remote region. Clena. Has our company's classified information been exposed? But where is the leak coming from? Peche. This can't just be an on-site mole. It must be connected to something higher up. Clena. A connection between Anaheim's upper management and the Delas fleet. Lucet. It seems highly likely. And that's not all. Anaheim might have also been involved with the terrorist attack a year ago. Clena. That's terrible. Peche. Chief Clena, please allow me to sorty. Or do you not trust me because I'm a Zeon? Clena. Peche. Nation and ideology have nothing to do with it. Not even with the Engage 0 and GP04 tests. Not even if I had to take the life of a fellow Zeon. I've only made it this far because I'm fighting for something more important than all of that. Lucet. Peche. Peche. To ignore that, just because I'm a Zeon. For that reason alone, I won't allow anyone to walk all over me because I'm from Zeon. Clena. I understand. You can sorty out in the GP04. Peche. Thank you, Chief. Clena. Peche, I'm putting the fate of the La VN Rose in your hands. Peche. Roger. Tucker. Well, now at least you could let me tag along as well. Clena. Lucet and Peche to the entrance of the office room, the aquamarine soldier leaning against the door. Peche. Tucker. Tucker. Look, I'm not going to actually sugarcoat the situation that you're in, but you have to do everything alone. You have me as support. Peche looked at Tucker, her expression a mix of gratitude and frustration. She knew that he meant well, but she felt the weight of the situation pressing down on her. Peche. Sighing. Tucker, I appreciate your willingness to help, but this is a dangerous situation. You don't have to put yourself at risk for me. Tucker. Smirking. Hey, I'm already in a mess just by being here. Plus, I can handle myself. You've seen me pilot the G-line. I won't just sit back while you're out there facing Delas. Lucet. Interjecting. Tucker has a point, Peche. The more support we have, the better our chances of success. Clena. Nodding. I agree. If Tucker wants to assist you on this mission, then I won't refuse his help. Besides, it's better to have someone you trust at your side. Peche felt a surge of emotion at the support from both Tucker and Chief Clena. They were standing by her, despite the uncertainty surrounding her background and the suspicions against her. Peche. Determined. All right, if you're both on board, then we'll do this together. But we need to be smart about it. Tucker. Grinning. Smart is my middle name. Well, not really, but you get the idea. As they prepared for the sortie, Peche took a moment to collect her thoughts. She had trained for this, but the stakes felt higher than ever. Peche, focused, we need to gather as much intel as we can on the Della's fleet before we engage. If they have the GP02A and any other Gundams, we need a strategy. Lucette, I'll pull up any available data on the Della's fleet's movements and their known forces. Tucker, I'll help with the reconnaissance. If we can get eyes on their armada, we might find a weakness we can exploit. Klena, seriously, remember, this isn't just another mission. The Della's fleet has declared war, and they are not to be underestimated. I trust you all to make the right decisions. Peche, taking a deep breath, all right, let's get to the hangar. We need to suit up and prepare the GP04 for launch. The sooner we get out there, the sooner we can gather intel. Tucker, playfully, and kick some Della's ass while we're at it. Peche shot him a playful glare, but she couldn't help but smile. With Tucker by her side, she felt a little more confident about what lay ahead. Location: Hangar of La VN Rose. The hangar was bustling with activity as engineers and support staff prepared the mobile suits for deployment. RX-81ASG line assault armor and RX-78 GP04 Gundam, Gerbera, that engineers were almost done finishing maintenance and upgrades to both mobile suits. As Tucker gets into the cockpit of RX-81ASG line assault armor and Peche gets into the cockpit of RX-78 GP04 Gundam, Gerbera, ready to launch and engage mobile suit from Della's fleet. Tucker settled into the cockpit of the RX-81ASG line assault armor, the familiar hum of the systems powering up surrounding him like a comforting embrace. The cockpit interface lit up, displaying critical data and operational statuses. He took a moment to breathe, focusing on the task ahead. Tucker, overcomms G-line systems are green. Ready for launch. Meanwhile, in the cockpit of the GP04, Peche was running through her final checks. The controls felt familiar beneath her fingers, but her heart raced with anticipation and the weight of the situation. Peche, focused, GP04 systems are operational. Weapons are primed and ready. Let's do this. Lucette's voice crackled over the comms as she monitored their preparations from the control center. Lucette, calmly, you two are clear for launch. Stay in touch and keep your wits about you. Remember the plan, gather intel and report back. The hangar doors opened wide, revealing the cold expanse of space outside. Peche felt the adrenaline surge as the launch countdown began. Countdown. 3, 2, 1, launch. The GP04 rocketed out into the void, followed closely by Tucker and the G-line. The stars twinkled around them as they entered the operational area, the Della's fleet visible in the distance. Tucker piloting RX-81ASG line assault armor and Peche piloting RX-78 GP04 Gundam, Gerbera, came across a group of mobile suits of 5XMS-14A Gelgoog heading towards them aiming their MMP-78 machine gun. Tucker, to himself quite of a welcoming party now. Tucker's heart raced as he engaged his G-line systems. The targeting reticle locked onto the approaching Gelgoogs, their sleek forms gliding through the void of space like shadows. Each one was armed and ready, their intent clear. Tucker, overcomms Peche, we've got company. 5 Gelgoogs incoming, armed and dangerous. Peche, focused, roger that. We need to stay sharp and avoid getting overwhelmed. Let's use our mobility to our advantage. Tucker, grinning, you know me, I'm all about flashy moves. Peche, just focus on the mission, Tucker. The Gelgoogs began to spread out, trying to flank them. Tucker gripped the controls tightly, feeling the familiar rush of adrenaline. He had fought many battles before, but this felt different, more personal. With Peche at his side, he was determined to protect her and gather the information they needed. Tucker, overcomms, I'll take the lead. You cover my 6. Peche, be careful, Tucker. With a burst of speed, Tucker propelled the G-line forward, darting toward the nearest Gelgoog. He activated the beam rifle, taking aim at the enemy suit. The energy readings surged as he squeezed the trigger, unleashing a beam that tore through the emptiness of space. The beam struck the Gelgoog squarely in its shoulder, causing the mobile suit to spin out of control. Tucker, shouting, got one. But his victory was short-lived as the other Gelgoogs retaliated, their machine guns opening fire. Tucker maneuvered the G-line, twisting and turning to evade the incoming fire, feeling the exhilaration surge through him. Peche overcomes Tucker, watch out. A Gelgoog had locked onto him, its barrel glowing ominously. Peche quickly adjusted her position, firing her beam rifle at the Gelgoog aiming for Tucker. The shot hit true, causing the mobile suit to explode in a flash of light. Tucker, breathless, thanks, Peche. I owe you one. Peche, determined, let's keep the momentum going. We can't let them regroup. Together, they moved in tandem, Peche providing cover fire while Tucker engaged another Gelgoog, his agility allowing him to dodge incoming shots with ease. The battlefield was a chaotic dance of fire and metal, but they were in sync, working as a cohesive unit despite the chaos surrounding them. Suddenly, a warning alarm blared in Tucker's cockpit. Tucker, alarmed, what the? From the corner of his screen, he noticed another group of enemy units entering the fray, 4 more Gelgoogs. Tucker, those 4 of mine. Tucker piloting RX-81ASG line assault armor chasing after the 4 remaining MS-14A Gelgoog. Peche piloting RX-78 GP04 Gundam, Gerbera, wanted to go after him only to receive a communication call from A operator. A operator, on comms to Peche, Peche, we've got enemies incoming. New readings confirmed. Peche, on comms to A operator, what? Peche piloting RX-78 GP04 Gundam, Gerbera, one of the monitors sends an alerts of another enemy mobile suit from behind. Peche, another one. Peche piloting RX-78 GP04 Gundam, Gerbera, fired. It's a beam rifle at MS-14F's Gelgoog Marine Commander type piloted by Ceasefire, only for it to dodge the beam shot. Ceasefire, you're pretty good, Gundam. Ceasefire piloting MS-14F's Gelgoog Marine Commander type firing its MMP-78 machine gun. Peche piloting RX-78 GP04 Gundam, Gerbera, dodging many of the enemy's firing. Ceasefire, you've got the firepower and mobility. After that, it's all down to the pilot's skill. Chapter number 6, Ceasefire. Location, La Vn Rose, Space. In space, Peche piloting RX-78 GP04 Gundam, Gerbera, fighting against Ceasefire piloting MS-14F's Gelgoog Marine Commander type melee weapons clashed against each other. Peche, TCH, talk about tough. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna lose. As both mobile suits from different sides exchange shots from their primary weapons dodging each other's firepower. Ceasefire, smirking, you're putting up quite a fight, Gundam. But the tides of war are shifting. As Ceasefire unleashed a barrage of shots from her Gelgoog's MMP-78 machine gun, Peche expertly maneuvered the Gerbera, using its agility to avoid the onslaught while returning fire with her own beam rifle. Peche, focused, I'll show you what I'm made of. She fired a precise shot, striking one of Ceasefaire's thrusters and causing the Gelgoog to momentarily falter. Peche seized the opportunity, closing the distance and swinging her beam saber in a powerful arc. Ceasefire, narrowing her eyes, not bad, but you'll need to do better than that. Ceasefire blocked the strike with her own saber, the two weapons colliding with a shower of sparks. The two mobile suits were locked in a vicious struggle, neither willing to give an inch. Ceasefire, time to finish this one-sided fight. As Ceasefire piloting MS-14F's Gelgoog Marine Commander type melee weapons goes for the finishing blow at the cockpit part of RX-78 GP04 Gundam, Gerbera, piloted by Peche. Tucker, not on my watch. Tucker piloting RX-81ASG line assault armor firing its beam rifle at Ceasefire piloting MS-14F's Gelgoog Marine Commander type dodging a few of beam shots only for one beam shot to be lucky enough to hit arm causing it to be damaged. Ceasefire, who the heck dares interfere? Tucker, I do, you ugly ass whore. Ceasefire, gritting her teeth, you think you can just waltz in here and save the day? You're in over your head, soldier. Tucker, grinning, maybe, but I can't just sit back and let you take down Peche. This isn't over yet. With a fierce determination, Tucker maneuvered the RX-81ASG line assault armor around the battlefield, using its superior speed to keep Ceasefire on the defensive. He fired off another volley from his beam rifle, forcing Ceasefire to divert her attention from Peche. Peche, shouting, Tucker. You made it. Tucker, trust me, taking care of those 4 other remaining Gelgoog wasn't easy, but I'm guessing this must be a commander-type mobile suit. Ceasefire, gritting her teeth, TCH. It doesn't matter if I take 1 or 2 of you on. Chima piloting MS-14F's Gelgoog Marine Commander type got out 2 machine guns firing directly at Tucker piloting RX-81ASG line assault armor using its shield to block the projectiles. Tucker. My turn bitch. Tucker piloting RX-81ASG line assault armor using its beam saber using the thrusters towards Chima piloting MS-14F's Gelgoog Marine Commander type. Tucker. With fierce determination, let's see how you handle this. With a burst of speed, Tucker activated the thrusters on the RX-81ASG line assault armor, launching himself toward Chima. The beam saber ignited with a brilliant blue glow, cutting through the void of space as he aimed it directly at the Gelgoog. Chima, snarling, you're fast, but speed alone won't save you. She twisted her Gelgoog, attempting to dodge the incoming attack. But Tucker had anticipated her move, adjusting his trajectory to maintain his assault. The beam saber sliced through the air, coming dangerously close to the Gelgoog's cockpit. Peche. Encouragingly, go for it, Tucker. With Peche providing covering fire, Tucker pressed the attack. He swung the beam saber down with all his might, forcing Chima to react quickly. She raised her own saber to parry, the two weapons colliding in a spectacular flash of energy that illuminated the darkness of space. Chima. Struggling, you think you can take me down so easily? Tucker. Grinning, I can't do it. Tucker piloting RX-81ASG line assault armor using its beam saber using the thrusters overdrive and incredible speed dodging every single attack coming from Chima piloting MS-14F's Gelgoog Marine Commander type. Tucker. Focused, you can't keep up with me, Chima. Chima. Frustrated, just because you're fast doesn't mean you're skilled. I'll find a way to take you down. She attempted to recalibrate her strategy, firing bursts from her machine guns to create a wall of suppressive fire. However, Tucker's enhanced reflexes allowed him to weave through the hail of bullets effortlessly, his beam saber still glowing brightly as he closed the gap. Peche. Watching in awe, Tucker, you're incredible. Keep it up. Tucker. Grinning, just doing my best to keep you safe. With a final burst of speed, Tucker launched himself at Chima, aiming for her exposed flank. He swung his beam saber with precision, hoping to capitalize on the opening created by her earlier strikes. Chima. Realizing too late, no. The beam saber connected with the side of the Gelgoog, slicing through armor like butter. Sparks flew, and the Gelgoog shuddered under the impact, but Chima was not finished yet. Chima. Angry, you'll pay for that. She quickly counterattacked, swinging her remaining beam saber in a wide arc. Tucker barely managed to dodge, rolling to the side as the energy blade passed dangerously close to his cockpit. Tucker. Breathing heavily, this isn't over yet. With Chima visibly shaken but still undeterred, she repositioned herself for another strike. The battle was reaching its climax, and both pilots could feel the intensity in the air. Peche. Yelling, Tucker, watch out. Chima had readied her missile launchers, launching a volley of missiles aimed at Tucker's position. The projectiles sped through space, leaving trails of smoke behind them. Tucker. Eyes wide, not today. He activated the G-Line's defensive systems, deploying flares to distract the missiles and using his thrusters to maneuver out of the way. The missiles exploded harmlessly in the distance, but the shockwave rattled his suit. Tucker. Gritting his teeth, she's persistent. Chima. Smirking, regaining composure, you think you can escape my wrath? I'll just keep coming. Tucker. Defiant, bring it on. With unwavering determination, Tucker charged back into the fray. He closed the distance between them, using the thrusters to propel himself forward. He knew that he had to end this fight decisively. Peche. Focused, Tucker, I'll cover you. Peche fired her beam rifle, creating a diversion. Chima was forced to split her focus between the two mobile suits, giving Tucker the opening he needed. Tucker. Yelling, now's my chance. He activated his beam saber again, aiming for Chima's remaining arm. The strike was precise, and with a clean sweep, he severed the last functioning limb of the Gelgoog, leaving it crippled and unable to defend itself. Chima. Shocked, no. The Gelgoog Marine Commander type staggered, its systems beginning to fail as alarms blared inside the cockpit. Chima struggled to maintain control, but it was clear she was losing the fight. Chima. Frustrated, I can't believe here. Tucker piloting RX-81ASG line assault armor delivered the final blow, killing off Chima inside of the cockpit of MS-14F's Gelgoog Marine Commander type of its explosion. Tucker. What took care of that now? We. Tucker piloting RX-81ASG line assault armor and Peche piloting RX-78 GP04 Gundam, Gerbera, received a communication calls from Federation officer. Federation officer. On comms, attention all sector mobile suits. Cease all combat activities immediately. Peche. A ceasefire. Tucker. What the hell is this shit? Federation officer. On comms, this is the Federation Forces Patrol Fleet. I repeat. Cease all combat activities. Tucker. All right. Damn. Federation officer. On comms, however, for you piloting G-line assault armor. A lot to come with us for questioning. Tucker felt a chill run down his spine as he processed the words from the Federation officer. The adrenaline from the battle still coursed through his veins, but the sudden shift in the situation left him feeling uneasy. Tucker. Grumbling, questioning. For what? I just took down a commander-type mobile suit. Peche. Concerned, Tucker, we should comply. If they want to talk, it might be better than being seen as enemies. Tucker. Sighing, I get that, but it just doesn't sit right with me. As the two mobile suits hovered in the void of space, the remnants of Chima's Gelgoog drifted ominously nearby, a reminder of the fierce battle that had just taken place. The Federation Patrol Fleet, a series of sleek ships, moved into position around them, their hulls gleaming against the backdrop of stars. Federation officer. On comms, RX-81ASG line assault armor, you are to power down your systems and prepare to be escorted. We will not tolerate any further aggression. Tucker. Gritting his teeth, fine. Just give me a moment. He powered down the G-line assault armor's weapons and thrusters, feeling a mix of frustration and wariness. He exchanged a glance with Peche, who nodded as she too powered down her Gundam. And this is the first movie of this What If. Do not forget to leave a comment down below and subscribe to this channel.